Good evening. Tonight, a stunning and dramatic courtroom moment has sent shockwaves through Washington and far beyond. A high-profile legal hearing took an unexpected turn when Pam Bondi, once considered a powerful political figure, reportedly collapsed in court after a judge revealed evidence of an alleged $2.1 million payment tied to Russian sources. Let us be clear from the start. This is a dramatized political scenario, but the implications, the reactions, and the questions it raises are very real. According to the fictional court narrative, the hearing began like many others, routine, procedural, and calm. Pam Bondi entered the courtroom confident, flanked by her legal team. Cameras were not allowed inside, but reporters packed the halls, sensing that something significant was about to unfold. Then came the moment no one expected. The presiding judge paused, looked down at a thick file of documents, and addressed the court. In a firm and measured tone, the judge referenced what was described as newly submitted financial records, records allegedly showing a complex trail of offshore transactions, shell companies, foreign intermediaries, and a final transfer totaling $2.1 million, allegedly originating from Russian-linked accounts. As the judge began outlining the details, witnesses in the courtroom described Pam Bondi visibly reacting. Her posture shifted, her expression changed. She reportedly whispered to her attorney. Then, as the judge stated that the payment had not been disclosed in previous filings, the room went silent. Moments later, Pam Bondi collapsed. Court officers rushed to her side. The hearing was immediately halted. Medical personnel were called in. Reporters outside were left scrambling for information as news began to spread like wildfire. Within minutes, social media exploded. What was just revealed in court? Is this real? Why Russia? The questions came faster than the answers. According to the fictional narrative, once court resumed later that day, the judge clarified that the hearing was not about guilt or innocence, but about transparency. The judge stated that the alleged payment raised serious concerns and warranted further investigation. The money, according to the dramatized evidence, was routed through multiple jurisdictions, making it difficult to trace without cooperation from international financial authorities. Legal analysts in this fictional scenario were quick to weigh in. They explained that while receiving foreign money is not automatically illegal, failing to disclose it, especially when connected to political activity, could be deeply problematic. In this dramatized version, the judge emphasized one point repeatedly: accountability. Meanwhile, Pam Bondi's legal team denied all wrongdoing. They described the incident as a manufactured narrative and claimed the payment was mischaracterized, insisting it was linked to legitimate consulting work. But critics were not convinced. Political commentators pointed out that the timing of the alleged payment coincided with key political moments when public influence and strategic messaging mattered most. Outside the courthouse, protesters gathered. Some demanded answers. Others called the allegations a smear campaign. The divide was immediate and intense. Supporters argued that Bondi was being targeted for her political affiliations. Opponents said this was exactly why financial transparency matters for public figures. As the fictional story continues, sources claim that federal investigators were preparing to review the judge's findings. Subpoenas, we're told, could follow. International banking records might be requested. And behind the scenes, allies reportedly began distancing themselves. Phones went unanswered, scheduled appearances were quietly canceled. In Washington, silence can be louder than words. By evening, Pam Bondi had been released from medical care. Her office issued a brief statement saying she was recovering and thanked supporters for their concern. No mention of the alleged payment, no clarification, just silence. And that silence only fueled speculation. In this dramatized world, analysts warn that if the allegations were ever proven, the consequences could be severe, legally, politically, and reputationally. But for now, the story remains suspended in uncertainty. A collapsed figure in a courtroom, a judge holding documents, a number, $2.1 million, echoing across headlines, and one lingering question: if even powerful figures can be shaken in a single moment, what else remains hidden just beneath the surface? This fictional scenario reminds us why transparency, accountability, and scrutiny remain central to any democratic system. We'll continue to follow this developing story, and fictional as it may be, because stories like these reflect the fears, tensions, and debates shaping our political imagination.